I think, Rich, to the point about the matchups for Governor Mifflin, Ian Fleming, who Gary Betzel told us from the beginning of the season, he is their best defensive player. That's the guy. They're going to put him on the other team's best defensive player. But how is that matchup going to work? Fleming's 6 foot tall. Fletcher's 6'5". But the Mustangs thinking going into this that they can help out defensively with some of those other guys who are not a big piece of the offense.
Yeah, they're going to try to give a lot of weak side help on Fletcher and prevent him from posting up on Fleming. It's easier said than done. Garrett Etzel said they're looking to get the Rams in foul trouble because they are not deep. In fact, in the first round against Muhlenberg, only 5 players scored for Central Dauphin. And in the quarterfinal overtime win over Cumberland Valley, their starters scored all but 4 points. So it's really important. If Mifflin can get the Rams in foul trouble, they've got a really good shot at this game.
Tonight's Spotlight is brought to you by Bachman Roofing, Solar, Remodeling. Whether your needs are residential or commercial, Bachman's makes the home improvement process easy. The Bachman family has proudly served the Berks County community for over 50 years. Tonight we turn a spotlight on Governor Mifflin and his senior forward, Jameer Johnson, because he's the kind of player who could have an impact in this game in a couple of different ways. One, keeping CD off the board. Again, we're talking about Fletcher at 6'4", Easter at 6'5", and guys who are just going to crash the boards for Central Dauphin to make sure that they're not getting second and third shot opportunities, because you kind of focus on Kaler knocking down threes. You kind of focus on Gallon Tuomo being up and down the floor and making decisions. And then you forget sometimes about Jameer Johnson. There he is, averaging at 11 points plus per game on the season. 17 times he's been in double figures. So if Jameer Johnson can carry his weight tonight against this Central Dauphin team, it's going to go a long way in helping the Mustangs try and move on. The winner of this one moves on to Friday's district championship game. They'll take on the winner of the game between Chambersburg and Central York that's going on at Central York High School as we speak. We're standing for the national anthem here in Central York. We'll be back with a tip-off after this.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all. From residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Welcome back to Central Dauphin High School. We're set to go. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Cross Keys Insurance, an independent insurance agency that can help you find the right policy for auto, home, business, or life insurance needs. With offices in both Reading and Hamburg, Cross Keys Insurance will be the key to your security. Central Dauphin, their home whites with a green trim, and get control of the tap and a drive to the bucket that comes up empty for Shakur Starling. Central Dauphin comes up empty in its first trip. Governor Mifflin with its first trip now. With Andrew Gallon Tuomo out around the perimeter, guarded by Wayne Fletcher. That's a matchup.
That's a matchup you want to see, 6'5" against 5'7".
He gets it up for Jameer Johnson to the corner for Fleming.
Interesting. That is an interesting matchup.
Kaler comes up high for the post, but they give it up instead down low to Johnson. Kick out for Mayo for three. No. Rebounded by Richard Chase, and CD comes back the other way. So both teams come up empty. Here's Fletcher with a drive. Lost it off his foot. Galantuomo picks it up. He is off to the races and to the bucket for two.
Great converting defense into offense by the Mustangs.
So Andrew Galantuomo picks up the loose ball, out races everybody to the basket, and works his way for the game's first two. Easter with a kick out, a 2-point attempt by Khalil Roberts comes up, no good. Mustangs have it back. 2-0 Governor Mifflin on top. We are a minute and 15 seconds in from Central Dauphin High School outside of Harrisburg. Kaler between the circles gives it up for Fleming on the left wing. Out high, back to Kaler, and right back now to Johnson. Out very far away from the perimeter for Governor Mifflin. Galantuomo a long way away for three is off the rim and controlled by Khalil Roberts and Central Dauphin. Here's Fletcher in the open floor, drives, hits the bottom of the rim, rebounded by Sterling, back up, no good. Another offensive rebound and a foul as Shakur Starling with a couple of offensive putbacks is going to send himself to the free throw line.
Yeah, great work on the glass by the sophomore Starling. That's going to be on Matt Kaler, his first, team first.
Starling at the free throw line is a 62% free throw shooter. And he gets CD on the board with their first points on his first of two free throws.
It was one of the keys of the game. Garrett Etzel wanted the Mustangs to limit second chance points. That time Starling got a couple offensive rebounds and made both free throws.
So he ties the game at 2 apiece. CD with wins over Muhlenberg, as we said in the opening round, at 69-61, excuse me. And then the win over Cumberland Valley on Friday night in overtime by a final of 78-74. And we are tied at 2. Johnson drives through traffic, has it poked away and taken away. Mustangs turn it over. Good defense there by Jelani Easter. Lob inside for Fletcher, and a lot of contact is going to knock him on the deck.
You got to hope this is on Mayo and not on Kaler. And that's who it is on.
So Stephen Mayo picks up his first, the Mustangs second. Not going to be a shooting foul as Fletcher was in the air, but not in the act of shooting. Inbounds for Fletcher in the corner, fakes the three and swings it around. Fletcher also their top three-point shooter at 52 on the year. At Easter drives inside, and on the strip, a foul is called, and I believe this one's going to be on Jameer Johnson.
That's 3 quick fouls on the Mustangs here in the first minute, or 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
And this one is going to put Easter on the free throw line. Rams as a team are 672% from the line. They average 64.2 points per game. And Easter, 69% free throw shooter, shooting 2. And he makes the first.
Bob, we believe this is a Lancaster Lebanon League crew. Yep. And so far they've called things pretty tightly. And if that continues, that might end up in the long run being a good sign for the Mustangs.
Easter makes them both, puts CD on top for the first time at 4-2. And now a little pressure from the Rams. Kicked out of bounds on the inbounds pass. CD will show the Mustangs a 1-2-1-1. With Fletcher out at the top of the attack. And then they'll scale it back a little bit. Allow the Mustangs to get it close to half court. Mustangs still haven't gotten across half court. One more pass, and they better hurry. And finally they do in the hands of Fleming in front of the CD bench. Drives and kicks for Mayo and swings it back between the circles for Galantuomo. Kaler comes up high. Kaler at 38, the top three-point shooter for the Mustangs. Now he posts up down low.
They're rotating their man-to-man defense. Different guys are on each trip.
Inbounds inside for Kaler. Kick it out for Johnson, who drives in, and a floater in the paint for 2, and we're tied at 4.
Yeah, like Fletcher, for example, has played four different Mustangs so far here in the first couple minutes.
Easter guarded by Johnson. Gives it up for Starling. Starling, the sophomore, going to pull up for 3. That's off the back iron. Rebounded nicely by Roberts, and another look for CD. Drive to the bucket and a finish with the left hand for Richard Chase.
Yeah, again, second chance points. Not the Mustangs have to limit them, and so far the Rams have 4 of them.
That's the first field goal for Central Dauphin. The other 4 points on foul shots here. In the open court, on pulling up for 2 is Fleming. That comes up short. Easter comes up with a rebound. CD on top, 6'4", has the ball right back. Easter still has it, drives, lots of contact, and an offensive foul as he runs into Galantuomo. And Jelani Easter will get whistled for the personal foul on the offensive.
Yeah, that's exactly what Garrett Etzel talked to us about the game. They're going to have to draw some charging fouls because the Rams like to attack the basket and go hard. So far, so good.
Kyle Sacheski, 5'10 junior, will check in for Central Dauphin as Richard Chase is out for substitute either side with just shy of halfway through the first quarter. 6'4 CD on top, 4:10 left to go in quarter number one. Kaler now from the high post, kicks it right back for Mayo. Trying to get Gallon Tuomo open, but Fletcher denies that. Mayo now dribbles between the double team, kicks it out. Fleming's open for three. It's well short. Kaler tipped it out to Gallon Tuomo behind the arc. He'll drive inside, up and under it, home for Andrew Gallon Tuomo.
Andrew Gallon Tuomo, such a spark plug for the Mustangs all season. Ties the game at 6.
Lots of arms in front of him, and he double pumped it and got himself free as a result and ties the game. Here's Easter off balance with the left hand off the glass.
Yeah, Johnson was right on top of him, and Easter still managed to score.
Puts the Rams right back up on top, 8-6, 3:30 left to go in period number one. Mayo drives, bumped and fouled. That's going to be on Easter, and that's going to be his second.
That's going to be 2, yep.
So Jelani Easter picks up his second, and this was part of the strategy for the Mustangs to try to get them in foul trouble. Rich mentioned it because they're not very deep. And Jelani Easter, their second leading scorer, just picked up his second foul with 3:22 left to go in the first period. So he's headed to the bench, and into his game comes Sayer Starling, Shakur's older brother. He is a 6'1 senior. Inbound for Kaler, right there he comes out halfway down. Ball tipped out to Fleming, who finds Mayo underneath for 2.
What a pass by Fleming to Mayo.
Ties the game up at 8 apiece with 3:05 left to go in the first. So we'll see how the Rams counter now with Easter on the bench with the 2 personals. Fletcher posts up high with Fleming guarding him.
Fleming right on top.
They go for the lob across the floor, and Fletcher catches it on the post up and scores.
Yeah, I mean, Fleming couldn't do anything about it. He was literally draped over Fletcher. Lob pass works for the Rams.
Back on top, 10-8 as a result with 2:30 left to go in the quarter. Fleming open for 3 in the corner, no good, but he's bumped and fouled and will shoot 3.
It's going to be on Roberts, his first, team third.
Just ran right into the shooter from the corner. So he bails out Fleming after the missed 3 by fouling him, and Fleming now will shoot 3 for Governor Mifflin. Fleming, a 52% free throw shooter on the season, makes the first. Mustangs, a 69% free throw shooter, although you would not know that based on what happened against Mechanicsburg the other night, where they were struggling from the free throw line as Fleming misses the second. In the game now for the Mustangs, there will come Cameron Flairman, 6'2 senior, will come in. And
it's like Mayo is, no, excuse me.
Who came out? Jameer Johnson came out. 2 out of 3 for Fleming.
We're both looking, and there you go. Okay, I see him now. Yeah.
We're tied now at 10 apiece. So Flairman in and Johnson out with the score tied at 10. Here's a dribble drive and a strip and taken away from Sterling on the drive. Kick out for Sacheski. The 3 is no good. And Mayo comes down with a rebound for Governor Mifflin. Mustangs have it back and a chance to take the lead. And another foul against CD. 45 feet from the basket. Sayer Starling gets called for a reach-in.
Yeah, it wasn't a trap or anything like that. Just guarding the ball handler.
So that's the 4th on Central Dauphin. The next one puts the Mustangs in the bonus for the rest of the first quarter. It has 2:04 left in it. Mustangs tied at 10, looking to retake a lead.
Bob, change at the other end. Flairman guarded Fletcher on that possession. Let's see if that continues the rest of the first quarter.
Kaler swings it out and around for Fleming, and back to Mayo now on the right side. There's Flairman from the post, dumps it inside for Fleming, who scores 2 and the Mustangs lead.
Heck of a pass by Flairman.
Puts Governor Mifflin back up on top now, 12-10 with 1:35 left in the quarter. Off the screen, Fletcher for 3, money.
Yeah. We can see why he's going to the Naval Academy. He is smooth. Boy, just a really nice-looking ball player.
53rd three of the season for Wayne Fletcher. Comes into the game with 1,262 points. All-state player from a year ago. Here's Kaler, who has not yet scored for Governor Mifflin, giving up for Gallen-Tuomo with 1:05 left to go in the first. 13-12 CD on top after the Fletcher three. Kaler working his way from the baseline, kicks it out between the circles for Gallen-Tuomo. Mustangs being patient on offense. Thinking that CD will break down a little bit defensively. Out high now, again comes Mayo.
They might be playing for one now. Garrett Etzel's calling out something. I'm not sure if it's a set. There it is. Never mind.
Clear it out. Mayo drives and scores two.
Not really contested by the Rams. Very surprised. And CD in transition.
And it's a finish by the rim by Shakur Starling.
Yeah, Shakur Starling. I'm going to guess maybe they're going to play. Yeah, they're playing for one now, Bob, with 25 seconds left.
With the bucket by Starling, Rams back up on top 15-14. As Rich said, now 20 seconds to go in period number one.
Rams got down the floor in an awful hurling. Starling with the layup on the left side.
With now 10 to go, they screen open Mayo. There's a bump, no foul is called, and a pass is thrown away. It's Starling with the takeaway. To the other end, this one they'll call a foul on.
It's going to be on Kaler, and it's his second.
So Mayo absorbed a huge bump but didn't get a whistle. And now a foul on the other end will be before the shot. So it'll be an inbounds underneath for CD with 3.6 left to go.
Bob, that's his. They're saying it's his first, and I thought it was his second.
So the inbounds for CD to try to get the shot off the end. Gallen-Tuomo strips it away. The ball is loose, and that will end the first quarter. 8 minutes in the books. Central Dauphin 15. Governor Mifflin 14 will take a timeout back to Harrisburg with quarter number 2 on 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away. Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
Central Dauphin 15, Governor Mifflin 14 as we start period number 2 alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. All in all, not a bad quarter for Governor Mifflin. They went toe-to-toe with the Rams, down by a point, and some issues for Central Dauphin because Johnny Easter, one of their top scorers, is on the bench as we start the second quarter with 2 fouls. The Mustangs have the basketball down by 1 starting the second.
Bob, we have a couple of scores of the other teams looking for a berth in district championship games.
Yeah.
York Suburban 16, Exeter 10 in 5A boys. And we have a turnover for Mifflin.
And a drive by Fletcher that comes up empty. Evan Byrne in there for Governor Mifflin to start the second quarter. And he comes down with a rebound. So the Mustangs turn it over on one end. Fletcher misses it in transition. And the Mustangs have it back.
And Northern Lebanon leads Wyomissing 8-2 in a 4A girls semifinal.
Drive and a kick by Fleming. Gallen-Tuomo from the corner buries the 3.
Another penetration by Fleming and dish. Gallen-Tuomo from the right corner.
Andrew Gallen-Tuomo with his 35th 3. Here's Fletcher to match that. That's a 2 from Wayne Fletcher.
Yeah, he is very, very good. Man.
Ties the game up at 17. After Gallen-Tuomo's 3 gave the Mustangs a lead momentarily. From the corner is Kaler, who still has it to score for Governor Mifflin. Drive and a kick to Kaler, fakes the 3, repositions, misses this 3. Evan Byrne with an offensive rebound. Senior dumps it off for Mayo, wasn't expecting it, kick it out, and the Gallen-Tuomo reset for Governor Mifflin. Mustangs get another look thanks to the offensive rebound by the 6'7 senior Evan Byrne.
Byrne not quite as confident to go back up with that shot in the lane.
Here's a takeaway as Sicheski pokes it away from Mayo. Mustangs turn it over for the second time in a quarter. Here's a 3 from the corner by Sicheski. No. Rebound is blocked by Fleming. Chase had the putback, but Fleming blocked it, and now a foul on the other end against CD in transition. Foul going to be called on Sachesky. His first, Rams' first of the second quarter.
Again, another offensive rebound for CD, but Fleming recovered and got the block and sent the Mustangs on their way down the floor.
Sachesky comes out, Jelani Easter back in with those two fouls. The game tied at 17 and 6:05 left to go in the first half. Swinging around now for Mayo on the left side, out high for Kaler, and back around the right side for Galantuomo. Is going to fire another three. That's off the back iron. And rebounded by Fletcher. Fletcher in the open floor from one end to the other. Stripped away by Mayo. Taken away by the Mustangs. Up ahead for Johnson and Kaler, and a layup for Governor Mifflin.
Great defense by the Stangs. They converted into a basket.
Great hands by Stephen Mayo to strip it away from Fletcher, and that started the run out.
Mifflin's defense has been its staple all year long. They've relied on it.
And it also gets Matt Kaler on the board for the first time. Easter lob inside for Fletcher on the post up.
That's Fleming's first foul. There's really not much he can do. He's giving up a tremendous amount of size to Fletcher. And the Rams trying to get the ball low to post Fletcher up. And now Flerman comes in the game and they switch. Flerman is on Fletcher now. Taller Flerman.
First foul on Fleming. First foul against Governor Mifflin in the second. Fletcher tries to drive and spins around and takes him to the hole and scores.
Yeah, he is a terrific player, and you can see just in this first quarter and a half why he's a Division I prospect.
Here's Johnson trying to take it the other side, pulls up for the baseline, no. Or Fletcher with a rebound, and he wants to go with it. In the open floor, Wayne Fletcher, Euro step to the hole, no. Ball deflected around, picked up by Starling. Another offensive rebound for Central Dauphin. Tied at 19, inside to Easter, and he slams it down. Jelani Easter with the catch in the low post and dunks it for a CD lead. And now here's a steal by Chase and a layup for Central Dauphin.
Yeah, rarely do you see Galantuomo get the ball stolen from him, but that time he did. CD up 4.
Largest lead for either side. Timeout, Governor Mifflin. Mustangs in a little bit of trouble in the turnover column in this second quarter. CD making him pay for it with a couple of back-to-back buckets. And the Rams lead it by 4 when we come back to Harrisburg after this in 30 seconds.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
You know what?
District 3 6A semifinal. The Governor Mifflin Mustangs, the Central Dauphin Rams on the Rams home floor. CD 19-4 in the season out of the Mid-Penn Commonwealth. They tied with Cumberland Valley atop those standings at 12-2. Chambersburg a game behind at 11-3. Chambersburg just with the win on Friday over Wilson. And it's the Mustangs with a basketball. CD with a lead at 23-19. It's like a little zone here for CD.
Yeah, they showed a little bit of 1-2-2, but now it looks like they're
it is a zone.
It is a 2-3.
Protecting Easter maybe with those two fouls. Ball off his foot. No kickball is called. Governor Mifflin keeps possession. Halfway through the second. Here's a takeaway again. Here's Chase with another steal. Trying to keep possession for it. Battle on the ball. Possession arrow. We'll give it to Central Dauphin.
Yeah, they're very quick on defense and very aggressive. You can't be sloppy with the basketball, or the Rams are going to take advantage of it.
Sion Brown in there now for Central Dauphin in the middle of that scramble, and now try to get a sub into the game. Evan Byrne will come in. Jameer Johnson out for Governor Mifflin. That is the 4th turnover, by the way, against the Mustangs here in the second quarter. And not ironically enough, CD now has a 4-point lead. So it's Fletcher, Starling, Easter, Chase, and Sion Brown, the 5 on the floor right now for CD. Here's Brown, right elbow for 2. Back iron, no. Ball out of bounds, last touch by the Mustangs. Byrne, Kaler, Fleming, Mayo, and Galantuomo on the floor right now for Governor Mifflin defensively.
Too many second chances so far for CD.
Inbounds for Easter. Swings it around for Brown on the left wing. And out high for Fletcher, guarded by Fleming. Gives it up left wing. And now we'll set a screen.
Is Byrne playing a zone? It looks like he's just camped in the lane.
Just sagging off his man, Sion Brown. And now Brown has the ball, and it's stripped away by Galantuomo. Galantuomo picked his pocket. Mustangs have it back. Mayo up the floor for Kaler. Fakes the three. And now gives it back.
Pass wasn't quick enough to Kaler. He was open for a while.
Mustangs with 3:05 left to go, down by 4. That's the largest lead for either side. It's been that tight throughout this first half. Kaler between the circles, now guarded by Fletcher.
Not a lot of movement on offense for the Mustangs. Garrett Etzel yelling at his displeasure with that.
Fleming in the corner and now backing around from left side to right for Galantuomo in front of the Central Dauphin bench. Now trying to take Easter inside, deflected. Good touch pass to Byrne. Kick out for Fleming. Fakes the three. Drives inside and can't finish off the glass. Easter with a rebound. Up ahead for Fletcher. Mayo tipped it. Fletcher catches it. Can't finish with it. Ball is a whistle on the rebound and a foul. So it appears to be against Central Dauphin, and it's going to be on Fletcher.
Yeah, it's going to be on Fletcher. His first, team second.
So Mifflin will get it back. A little bit of a lull offensively right now for Governor Mifflin. Now Garrett Etzel will get Jameer Johnson back in there, see if he can shake things up, and Byrne will come out. 2:25 left to go. Kyle Sacheski will also come back in now for Central Dauphin as Brown comes out.
Back into man-to-man defense for the Rams. Fletcher on Johnson. Easter on Kaler.
Kaler with just the one field goal, and that was on a transition layup for Governor Mifflin. As Fleming drives, stops, puts on the brakes, trying to get Sacheski out of his way, throws it away. Back the other way comes Starling to the rim and off the glass for two.
Yeah, Mifflin's got to do a better job taking care of the basketball. That was not because of CD's defense. That was because of Mifflin's errant pass.
5 Governor Mifflin turnovers in this quarter. Johnson drives, kicks. Galantuomo fakes the three. Dumps it inside for Johnson. One more pass for Fleming, and he missed the layup. Gets his own rebound back up, and it's blocked by Chase. Golden opportunity for Governor Mifflin. Comes up empty. CD, Fletcher on the other side for three. No. Rebounded by Galantuomo. Could have brought the house down there. If Wayne Fletcher buries the three, he comes up empty.
Yeah, that was a big opportunity for the Mustangs to cut the lead to 4. Wide open.
Galantuomo up high with 1:12 left in the half. Down by 6. Mustangs looking for a spark on offense. Mayo for Johnson and around for Fleming. A minute to go in the half. Mustangs led this 19-17. It's an 8-0 run right now for CD. Johnson drives through traffic, too strong, but he's fouled. Jameer Johnson will shoot 2 for the Mustangs.
It's going to be on Sacheski. That's his second.
Rams third puts Johnson at the line to shoot 2. Johnson 11.1 points per game, 59% free throw line.
Scores elsewhere, Bob, in the 5A boys semifinal. Exeter has crawled within 20-19 of York Suburban midway through the second quarter. And in a playback game, Susquehanna Township lead in 4A girls. Susquehanna Township leads Berks Catholic 18-14.
Johnson's second free throw is also good, so the 8-0 run for CD comes to a stop, but the Rams still lead it after the 2-for-2 from Johnson. It's 25-21. Rams on top. They've got the basketball with 50 seconds to go in half number 1. Boys 6A semifinal. Easter, guarded by Johnson, puts it on the floor, drives to him, and misses, rebounded by Kaler.
That was a forced shot. Let's see if Mifflin plays for one.
Garrett Etzel calling out what he wants them to work on from now inside of 30 seconds to go in the first half. Galantuomo picks up his dribble, gives it out for Fleming out by half court.
This could be a 2-for-1, Bob, because Mifflin will have the ball to begin the second half. If they could get a score here, that would be huge going into the locker room.
15 seconds to go. Galantuomo back near half court, trying to get by the defensive Chase, who forces another turnover. knocked it loose and off of Gallon Tuomo and out of bounds to CD.
Yeah, there's too much dribbling out front. I mean, Andrew is dynamic, and he's such a spark plug, but that just was careless.
And Richard Chase has got some quick hands for
Sure
Central
does.
Dauphin. Easter fakes the three, kicks it around for Fletcher with 3 seconds to go. Fletcher trying to pull the trigger on the last shot, blocked by Fleming, and that will end the half. Ian Fleming right up with the 6'5" Wayne Fletcher, blocked his shot, and that brings the first half to a conclusion after 16 minutes. It's Central Dauphin 25, Governor Mifflin 21. We'll take a timeout, back with our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show right after this on 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Doors. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Tonight's halftime show is brought to you by Lincoln Plumbing and Heating. When you need a plumber, get a good one. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Lincoln Plumbing has the experience to help from a leaky faucet to a whole bathroom remodel. Call 610-376-0863 for Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, as honest as their name. Alongside Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. District 3, 6A semifinal, the Governor Mifflin Mustangs, the Central Dauphin Rams. A trip to Hershey for Friday night's district championship on the line for the winner of this one. And through 2 quarters, it's Central Dauphin on top of Governor Mifflin by a score of 25-21. Mustangs jumped out on top at 2-0, but we were back and forth throughout that first quarter, with the Rams taking the lead at the end of the quarter at 15-14 on a bucket by Wayne Fletcher that led them to that 1-point lead. We had 5 lead changes and 4 ties. I was right the first time, just in the first quarter alone. And then Andrew Gallen-Tuomo hit a 3 for Governor Mifflin early on in the third quarter to put the Mustangs on top. But the Mustangs, with a 19-17 lead, kind of went small on offense and could not score for a while, and CD's defense turned into offense for the Rams. And they went on an 8-0 run to put this game in their favor at 25-19 before the Mustangs got a couple of foul shots by Jameer Johnson to finish off the scoring in the first half, 25-21. So, Rich, at this point, with 6 turnovers in that second quarter for Governor Mifflin, and Matt Kaler with just 2 points so far, Mustangs down by 4 at the break is not a bad spot.
Oh, I would take it if I were Garrett Etzel in a second, because this game could have gotten to 8 if not for that missed shot down at the other end. I think they were up 6. Central Dauphin was up 6 at the time. And like you said, that was a 3 by, I think it was by Fletcher.
Yes.
And it would have brought the house down if he had made that. And it also put them down 9, They were down 6 at the time. To be down 4 at the half and not playing great offensively, I think Garrett Etzel will take that. I think the things they have to work on, they got to limit the turnovers. The Rams' hands are really quick. You can't take anything for granted when you're dribbling the basketball. You've got to protect it at all times. That's 1. 2, they've got to move more on offense. I mentioned it once on the air, but I've noticed it a few other times. they got a little stagnant offensively in the second quarter. They've got to keep moving. And 3, they've got to do a better job limiting second chances for the Rams. They've given up too many offensive rebounds in the first half. Those are the things that have to change if Mifflin wants to head to their first district championship game.
Yeah, going into some of the things that Garrett Etzel told us that they wanted to focus on, one was to try to get them in some foul trouble, and that worked because they got Jelani Easter off the floor with 2 early fouls. But it didn't ultimately hurt Central Dauphin in the scheme of things. And the other thing, to your point about offense, he wanted them to be patient offensively because he felt like from what they saw that CD could get lazy after about a 10, 12, 15-second possession. The Rams haven't done that.
No, they haven't.
And the Mustangs have gotten stagnant as a result.
No, they've sort of just come to a stop at times in the second quarter. Not the first quarter, but the second quarter. They run something, and then they stop, and they're looking around, and they can't do that. They've got to keep moving. They've got to force CD to play defense. But I think that's the key. The second half, limit second chances for CD, limit your own turnovers, and keep moving on offense. Bob, I got a couple scores of the Berks teams in the other district semifinals. In 5A boys, Exeter leads York Suburban 28-24 at the half. Thank you, Athletic Director Tom Legath, for that. And up in Fredericksburg, Lebanon County, Wyomissing has a 19-11 lead at the half after trailing 8-2. That is in a 4A girls semifinal. So right now, 2 of the 3 teams playing for a spot in Friday's district finals at Giant Center are leading. Mifflin only down 4.
Correct. And so if Wyomissing would win that game, then they would play on Friday afternoon at 4:30 at the Giant Center. If Exeter can hold on in the second half, they would play at 6:15 in Hershey. And if Governor Mifflin could get back in the second half, they would play at 8 o'clock, all on Friday. We do know that we will be there on Thursday afternoon because the Berks Catholic Saints have punched their ticket to the Boys 4A Championship. They will take on Eastern York. We'll be on the air at 4:15 for the Saints and the Golden Knights, Berks Catholic and Eastern York. That we know for sure on Thursday here on WEEU. We're going to take a timeout, back with more of our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show after this.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
Since 1970, Redner's Markets has grown thanks to the Berks County community. Your continued commitment is rewarded by becoming a part of their Redner's Rewards program. Shopping at the markets earns you big savings with grocery deals, special offers, and surprise savings from your favorite employee-owned shopping center. Rewards members save at the pump, too, with discounts on fuel prices at Redner's Quick Shops and many more select locations. Shop, earn, and save with the Redner's Rewards program. Sign up at the store or online at rednersmarkets.com.
Back with more of our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show. Individual scoring in this one. Wayne Fletcher with 9 to lead the way for Central Dauphin. Jelani Easter, saddled with those 2 fouls, still has 6 points at halftime, along with Shakur Starling, and 4 for Richard Chase. And the Ram total of 25 for Governor Mifflin. Andrew Gallen-Tuomo with 7, including the Mustangs' lone 3-pointer of the night. 4 each for Ian Fleming, Stephen Mayo, and Jameer Johnson, and just 2 for Matt Kaler, and the Mustang total of 21.
Matt Kaler with just 3 field goal attempts, by the way. And we have a score of another game in the 3A girls bracket for 3rd place and a spot in the state tournament. Ole Valley trails Biglerville 28-18 at the half. If the Lynx come back and win that, they'll be headed to the state tournament.
So we got a lot of teams locking up a spot already in the state playoffs and a couple still fighting to get into the state playoffs as tonight unfolds. We'll keep you up to date with all of that. And again, tomorrow morning on Mornings with Mike in our local and Scholastic Sports Report coming your way at 7:25 as well. 25-21 is our score. Central Dauphin with the lead. Governor Mifflin will have the basketball to start this second half. Mustangs' last win in the District 3 playoffs prior to their opening round win over Warwick was in 2020, and that was an opening round win over Warwick, same place. And then they came back with a win over Mechanicsburg on Friday. So they beat Warwick 58-53, and then Mechanicsburg 42-38 to pick up their second ever win in district play in the same season, making it to a semifinal for the first time ever. And now looking for an opportunity to get to the Giant Center in Hershey as well for the first time in program history.
Bob, I want to add something that we didn't talk about. Ian Fleming has done a terrific job on Wayne Fletcher, who's 4 for 10 from the field. He's 9 points, but he's 4 for 10. And he's given up a tremendous amount of size, but he's fighting every possession that he's on Fletcher.
Including blocking his shot
Correct.
to try to extend CD's lead at the end of the second quarter. Again, the Mustangs have the basketball to start the third, down by 4. Galen Tuomo off the high screen from Johnson. Kicks it around for Kaler. Kaler not looking to pull the trigger on that three-point shot as of yet. Inside, good look to Johnson, but he missed the shot, and it's rebounded by Khalil Roberts. Great find by Galen Tuomo. Johnson couldn't finish it.
Yeah, I don't know if he lost the ball going up or if somebody tipped it. It was hard to tell. But
inside, they look for Starling posting up and scoring 2.
Wow, he put his head down like a fullback, put his head down into the gut of the Mifflin defender and scored.
6'1" sophomore Shakur Starling with his 8th point of the game, and the lead is 6 for Central Dauphin at 27-21. We are a minute into the second half. Galen Tuomo fakes the 3, going to pull up for the 2, in and out and off the rim, and rebounded by Richard Chase and Central Dauphin. Up ahead to Fletcher. The ball's loose and turned over. Mustangs have it back. Up ahead for Kaler is a layup.
Again, converting defense into offense. Bob, Richard Chase got the start here in the second half. He looked good and did not start the game, but he's been really good on defense for the Rams.
It was Stephen Mayo, by the way, who picked it up and fed Kaler up ahead. And that's the only way Kaler scored his 2 field goals in this way, by the way, is on runouts on defense. And here's Fletcher off the screen, pulls up for the foul line jumper. 2. 11 now for Wayne Fletcher. The lead right back up to 6 at 29-23.
He is just silky smooth.
Mayo drives, dumps it off for Johnson. It's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Jameer Johnson. Mustangs will turn it over again.
Johnson might be having trouble with his hands for some reason because he had that layup, and it looked like he may have lost control of the ball going up, and that time he couldn't hold on to the pass either.
6 minutes to go in the third. CD looking for its largest lead with the basketball and up by 6 right now. Out and around the perimeter for Easter. Looking for that lob inside for Fletcher. Nothing there, so now he comes out to the corner. Goes baseline, lost the handle, but he's fouled.
Yeah. He is a load to stop, too, especially when he goes to the glass.
Foul's going to be on Ian Fleming, his second. First against Governor Mifflin in the second half. Puts Fletcher at the line for 2. He is an 85% free throw shooter. In addition to everything else he does well. Ed DeChellis, the head coach at Navy, the former Penn State coach, got himself a good-looking player in Wayne Fletcher. Coach's kid, high basketball IQ. His dad is the 7th-year head coach here at Central Dauphin. 116 wins and 48 losses in his time at CD. And Wayne, the second, goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Gives CD their largest lead now at 8. 31-23 Rams, 5:40 left to go in the third.
It's going to be important right here for the Mustangs to answer. They cannot let the Rams get away from them. And
Fletcher almost came up with a steal. He walks the tightrope and will lay it off the rim. No good. Rebounded and put back and home by Khalil Roberts. Mustangs were sure that he stepped out of bounds, but no whistle.
Garrett Edsel is arguing with the official. We can't see. They're on the other side of the floor, but if he didn't step out of bounds, that was a heck of a tightrope job.
Galen Tuomo pulls up for 3. No. Fletcher has the rebound. Turns it into a 4-on-1 for the Rams, and it's a layup and another bucket for Khalil Roberts. Timeout, Garrett Edsel, as this one has gotten away from the Mustangs. 35-23 CD. Running the floor and opens it up to a 12-point advantage with 5:02 left to go. Back to Harrisburg after a timeout on the radio.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com.
Central Dauphin Rams on a run. They have opened this thing up on right now an 8-0 run. Second 8-0 run in this game for Central Dauphin. And the lead has now grown to 12 for the Rams, leading to the Mustang timeout. 5:02 left to go in the third. 35-23, Central Dauphin on top.
Yeah, the Mustangs got to calm themselves. Don't panic. There's plenty of time left. They've just got to follow the game plan, stay within themselves, try to chip away at this lead over these next 5 minutes of the third quarter.
Evan Byrne now will check in for Governor Mifflin at the stoppage. So it's Byrne, Fleming, Mayo, Kaler, and Galantuomo. Fleming to the baseline, kicks it back out high for Mayo. A little stutter stop move and draws the contact. And Mayo, are they going to say he was in the act of shooting?
I don't
think
so. No, they pointed out of bounds. That's the right call.
Sterling gets called for the foul for Central Dauphin. His first, Rams' first of the second half. Kaler, the inbounder, again with Fleming, Mayo, and around the perimeter, Kaler for three. There it is.
Yeah, that's finally they got something to go. Great set. Go ahead.
Kaler buries his 39th three of the season, and it ends the 8-0 run. (35-26) now our score. 4:35 left to go. Khalil Roberts was trying to drive on Byrne. Repositions and drives on him again. Nowhere to go against the 6'7" Byrne. Kicks it back for Easter. Drives on Kaler. Picks up. Partially blocked by Kaler. Picked up by the Rams. Right back with another drive and a kick. And one more pass to the baseline for Easter with nowhere to go.
Wow.
Kick out for three is well off the mark. Ball loose on the floor. Easter picks it up, and there's a foul.
Let me tell you, if that wasn't a walk, I don't know what is. And the whole Mifflin bench and fans thought the same thing.
So the foul called on Evan Byrne will be his first. Puts Jelani Easter at the free throw line. 3 for 3 now at the free throw line on the night for Easter. Lots of second and third and even fourth shot opportunities for CD in that last possession. And Easter makes them both. He's got 8. The lead is 37-26. Central Dauphin on top halfway through the fourth quarter. Galantuomo on the right side trying to get by and bumped and fouled by Starling. That's going to be the second on Starling. Second on Central Dauphin. Governor Mifflin inbounds underneath. Win or lose, the Mustangs move on in the District 3 playoffs. If they lose, they would face the loser of the game between Chambersburg and Central York in a consolation game to determine third or fourth place in the district, and they will continue into the PWA playoffs next weekend.
And the last that we looked, Central York had a 15-point lead over Chambersburg near the end of the second quarter.
Kaler kicks it out. Long three for Galantuomo. Off the glass.
Oh,
Galantuomo's second three of the game puts him at 10. Makes it an 8-point game at 37-29. 3:30 left to go in the third. Fletcher trying to get by Fleming. Kicks it back for Easter instead. In through traffic and foul. Donnie Easter with this a hop-step move between 3 Mustang defenders.
I think it's going to be on Byrne, and that it. No.
It's on Kaler.
Jeez.
It is his second. We aren't sure. There was a confusion on the foul earlier in the game. So it is 2 on Kaler as the ball on the inbounds pass is tipped right back and out of bounds. So Central Dauphin will now move to a different spot to inbound. Officials looking for a little towel. I thought all those bodies were on the floor underneath the basket.
They just gave the score of the other 6A boys semifinal at the half. Central York 43, Chambersburg 23.
Wow. Say the defending state champions who ended up in 5th place last year
Yeah.
in the District 3 tournament.
And knocked off the Reading High Red Knights in the state semifinals.
And went on to win the state title with a lot of pieces back. Looking for district gold in 2025. Again, the winner of that game takes on the winner of this one Friday night at 8 o'clock. Central Dauphin on top with 3 minutes to go in the third. Fletcher draws 3 Mustangs, kicks it out and around, and now around to Easter. Easter going to dribble back and reset and give it back instead for Khalil Roberts. Roberts off the Easter screen. The Fletcher screen.
You made a great point at half. They're showing a lot more patience on offense than we expected, without a doubt.
When they get the opportunity to go, they do. And when they're not right now, they are being extraordinarily deliberate, especially with an 8-point lead in the second half. Drive between traffic. Switch to the left hand and a finish by Starling. Puts it back to a 10-point advantage. Starling now with 10. Here's Kaler for 3. In and out. Tipped around and rebounded by Fletcher, and he wants to go. Fletcher across half court now will put on the brakes and wait for help. Drives into the paint, up, no, gets his own rebound and a putback.
Again, Governor Mifflin getting hurt a lot by Central Dauphin's offensive rebounding. Way too many second chance opportunities for the Rams.
6 in the quarter, 15 in the game for Fletcher. The lead reaches 12 again. Mayo off the dribble, no good, rebounded on a bounce by Fletcher. 1:45 left to go. CD trying to pull away here. 41-29 in the third. Fletcher dribbling against Fleming. Drives and then kicks. Deflected by Mayo. Yeah. Last touched out of bounds off the hands of Khalil Roberts. It's Mustang basketball. Sayer Starling will now check into the game for Central Dauphin. Jameer Johnson back into the game for Governor Mifflin as Byrne will come out.
95 seconds here are really important for the Mustangs. They cannot let the Rams lead get any larger than it is right now.
Try to keep them within arm's reach with another quarter to play. The Mustangs having the basketball and down by 12. Johnson kicks it. Mayo, corner 3. Yes! Stephen Mayo buries the Mustangs 3.
Big basket. Good find by Jameer Johnson.
Third from beyond the arc for the Mustangs in the third. And with 1:05 to go in the third, it's 41-32. Mustangs trail. Sayer Starling kicks it around for Easter. Sayer, the older brother of Shakur, who's having himself a good ball game for Central Dauphin. Both of them on the floor along with Easter and Fletcher. As Easter drives and draws another whistle. This should put him on the line. This one's going to be on Jameer Johnson. It'll be his second. And Johnny Easter will be back at the free throw line to shoot 2 more for Central Dauphin. He's 4 for 4 at the stripe. First, no good. 47.4 left to go here in this third. Second is good. 9 now for Jelani Easter, and it's a 10-point Central Dauphin lead. 42-32 Rams, 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Mayo to left side for Kaler, into the corner for Fleming. Kaler trying to post up down low. They can't get it to him. Now they get it to him. Kaler trying to spin, get his man up in the air. Goes around him, up in the air. Not there. Tipped out of bounds. Last touched by the Rams. Still 25.9 left in the third.
Really nice move, patient work by Matt Kaler in the paint. He just couldn't get the shot to fall.
So Mifflin still gets it back and still plenty of time left to go in the third quarter clock. Up high for Kaler and around for Fleming. Had the 3, tries to drive inside and then kick it back for Mayo, who drives, lost a handle on it.
Yeah.
Ball's loose on the floor. It's still loose. Scramble for it. And now eventually they'll call the tie-up, and it will go over to Central Dauphin on the jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Rams. Mustangs going to get the turnover. Governor Mifflin just having a little bit of stick issues with the ball.
Trouble with the ball.
Yep. And now a debate between where the possession arrow should be. Governor Mifflin saying it should be their basketball. I mean, that way.
Mifflin had the ball to begin the quarter.
Correct.
I don't think there's been any other.
No, there has not been a possession
I think
arrow.
it's the right. Yeah,
Yep.
I think that's correct.
So to the baseline goes Starling, kicks it back and around. to Easter. Trying to drive and draw contact. Fade away instead. Not there. And that ends the third. A 10-point difference. It's the Central Dauphin Rams 42. Governor Mifflin Mustangs 32. We'll be back with the final 8 right after this on 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading. High school basketball presented by Savage Auto Group, live from Harrisburg.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
We start the fourth alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. 42-32 is our score. Central Dauphin with the lead.
Bob, we have a score in the 5A boys semifinal. X leads York Suburban 37-35 with 1:44 to go in the third quarter.
So that one looks like it's going to the stretch. Wyomissing was up on Northern Lebanon in the 4A girls
and
semifinal.
I just got that score.
See that?
Wyomissing leads Northern Lebanon 30-24 after 3 quarters in the 4A girls semifinal.
So all 3 games with semifinals into the fourth quarter. Matt Kaler's three-pointer for Governor Mifflin to start the fourth comes up no good. Central Dauphin comes up with a basketball in the hands of Shakur Starling, who was one of 2 Rams in double figures. He's got 10. Fletcher with 15. Jelani Easter right there as well. He's got 9 as we start the fourth. Khalil Roberts also on the floor along with Sayer Starling for Central Dauphin. Fletcher has not come out of the game at all in this one. Easter spent some time in the first half on the bench with 2 personal fouls. Never picked up that third so far here in the second half. He's got the ball out near half court trying to get by Jameer Johnson. Gives it up and then he's swinging around. CD showing that patience we were talking about a moment ago.
Yeah, with a 10-point lead, they can afford to be patient, and they've been very patient the last quarter and change.
Starling kicks it out and around, and now out top for Sayer Starling. Rams have run off a better part of 30 seconds off this fourth quarter clock with this possession.
Probably looking for a backdoor cut or to post up Fletcher.
There it is. And he catches it, and he finishes it for 2 more. They have gone to it a lot, and Wayne Fletcher cashes it in one more time.
And honestly, the Mustangs have no answer for that. Ian Fleming is doing his very, very best to guard Fletcher, but Fletcher's just too big for him.
5-inch height difference in the favor of Fletcher. They just clear out and lob it over the top. Now Fleming gives it up on the offensive end for Mayo, trying to get his man up in the air. Eventually puts up the shot with left hand, no good, and CD gets it back. Rams on top by 12. And they've got the basketball with 6:05 left to go in the ballgame.
And they're the ones taking their time with the 12-point lead.
Just running some clock and shortening the game as best they can. That's what the MO right now is for Central Dauphin. Yeah, they're a good scoring team, but not a prolific scoring team. It's 64 a game. And there's a foul called against Matt Kaler. That'll be his first and the first against Governor Mifflin.
They did score 90 against Muhlenberg early in the season.
That was the first game
which
of
we
the season.
we looked at like, what? Because we know how well Muhlenberg plays on defense. And the second game, the meeting in the first round of district was a little different, 69-61.
Yeah, the first one was 93-60, and a completely different game the next time around. Easter drives, misses. Another offensive rebound by Richard Chase. His putback no good. And finally, Matt Kaler pulls it away for Governor Mifflin. So the Rams go 0 for 2 in that trip and stays a 12-point CD advantage. Into the game now for Governor Mifflin is Mark Lakina. Maybe giving him a spark offensively from beyond the arc. He's got 11 threes. Gallon Tuomo from way downtown buries it.
It looks like Garrett Etzel wants a 30-second timeout. And it looks like
actually
that
Easter comes up hobbling a little bit.
I think, but Garrett was signaling timeout. No, I guess not. He had his hands on his shoulders. I thought he wanted a 30-second timeout, but
he takes Lakina right back out again and brings Mayo back in. So Gallon Tuomo, with his third three of the night, pulls the Mustangs to within.
I hope Jelani Easter, I hope that's something very temporary.
So the Rams with 5:05 to go. Working it again around the perimeter.
Mifflin trying to trap the basketball.
Khalil Roberts came in for Easter. Baseline move by Starling is a wild shot that's no good, but Gallon Tuomo couldn't corral it, kicked it out of bounds off his own foot. It's going to stay Ram basketball.
That's kind of been the story of the night. There were three Mustangs around the basketball, and not one of them could come up with it. It went off Andrew Gallon Tuomo's foot.
Kyle Sacheski back in for Central Dauphin. Sayer Starling checks out. Easter is now back on the Central Dauphin bench, so looking to come back in at some point. Fletcher from the foul line kicks it back and around for Roberts. And now for Shakur Starling. Sacheski in front of the Ram bench. Now to Fletcher, poked away by Fleming. Mustangs come up with the basketball. Up the other end, Kaler from the right elbow. Bounce pass inside and a lot of traffic, and the Mustangs give it right back.
Yeah, Kaler got a little too ahead of himself there. He was in a little bit of a rush trying to get the ball to Jameer Johnson.
12th turnover for Governor Mifflin. The second quarter was the problem, where they turned it over 6 times. 4:15 to go. Mustangs down by 9. And again, CD just playing catch around the perimeter, making the Mustangs chase. Sacheski giving screen and roll, not there. CD gives it right back.
But they got it.
Now a turnover, a foul called by Sacheski.
The Mustangs have created turnovers these last 2 trips, but they've got to convert them into points because time's running out. They're down 9 with 4:06 left, so they've got to take advantage. They got to convert defense into offense like they've done at times in this game.
Sacheski picks up his third, so he's out. And Easter back in. So whatever that ankle injury was for Jelani Easter, he is back in the ball game.
Good to see.
Mayo drives, dumps it for Fleming, and around for Gallon Tuomo. Fletcher in his face after Gallon Tuomo's made 3 threes. Trying to shake him loose, gets around him. Collision,
wow.
No contact, no foul. Or contact, but no foul. Backing around for Johnson. Drive, stripped away. Taken away by Starling into the other end. He misses the dunk. A wild rebound is all the way out to Roberts, and now a timeout called by Central Dauphin.
I guarantee you that Wayne Fletcher is not happy with that.
Yep. The sophomore had the takeaway and tried for the dunk and missed it. And a timeout call will take one with Central Dauphin. 3:37 left to go in the ballgame. Rams 44, Mustangs 35. Back to Harrisburg after this.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all. From residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Going in the fourth.
3 minutes, 37 seconds left to play here in Harrisburg. The Central Dauphin Rams on top of the Governor Mifflin Mustangs, 44-35.
Bob, Mifflin has not done a good job of limiting turnovers and taking care of the basketball. That's 12 turnovers. And these are just basic things. Trying to dribble through 2 or 3 defenders. You can't do that. Time's running out. You've got to maximize every offensive possession. And the Mustangs haven't done it, particularly in this quarter.
Shakur Sterling, who missed that dunk and caused that timeout, still stays in a ball game for Central Dauphin, along with Fletcher, Easter, Roberts, and Chase, the starting 5 for Central Dauphin. But that quickly, the Rams will turn it over, trying to feed it inside for Chase. The Rams with 3 turnovers now here in this fourth quarter.
3 in just the last minute,
right.
or 90 seconds, and the Mustangs haven't been able to convert them into points.
Mayo, Gallon Tuomo, Kaler, Johnson, and Fleming for Governor Mifflin. Kick to Fleming, baseline move, wraparound pass, and a foul before that pass on the drive along the baseline by Ian Fleming. Foul is on Chase. It's just his first. Rams second. Mustangs inbound underneath. High post is Fleming. Drives, scoop, partially blocked by Easter. Right back to Gallon Tuomo. trying to get a man up in the air. Dumps it for Fleming, who missed a shot. Rebounded by Starling. Couple good looks for Governor Mifflin. They both come up empty, and with 3 minutes left to go, Central Dauphin has the ball back. Playing catch around the perimeter, knowing the Mustangs have to commit fouls, and Kaler commits one.
Yeah, but he's got 4. He can't commit any more. He's
only the second against Governor Mifflin.
Bob, again, 3 turnovers. They got no points out of it. It's just like football. You got to convert the turnovers into points, and Mifflin did not do a good job of that just in the last 2 minutes or so.
Cameron Flairman will check back in the game now for Governor Mifflin, and Kaler with those 4 fouls will come out inside of 3 minutes to go. So the Mustangs will try and do some substituting inside of offensive defense. Fletcher drives, misses. Mustangs have it back. Johnson in the open floor, up ahead for Fleming. Back to Johnson, and up and no good. Off balance finish for Johnson. He comes up empty, and the Rams come up with the basketball.
They've had opportunities. They just haven't converted.
Fletcher has it in the corner, guarded by Fleming. 2:30 to go. Drives, strong take, not there, but he's fouled. Wayne Fletcher will shoot 2 more for the Rams.
It's going to be on Mayo.
Fletcher, 2 for 2 so far at the free throw line on the night.
Bob, points have been very scarce here in the fourth quarter. CD has 2. Yep. Mifflin has 3.
And Fletcher misses the first of 2 free throws. He's an 85% free throw shooter, and he misses the first.
I mean, there have been, I could count 4 baskets, makeable baskets that Mifflin had inside that if the Mustangs had made them, this would be a different game. But
18 now for Fletcher. It's a 10-point lead, 45-35. Kaler back in there for his offense for Governor Mifflin. Mayo going to pull up for 3 off the glass. Rebounded by Johnson. Put back by Jameer is good. Nice touch on the turnaround. Jumper from Johnson makes it an 8-point game. 45-37. 2 minutes left to go.
Galantuomo trying to guard Fletcher.
He's going to take him to school. Misses the shot, but he's fouled. 5'7" guarding 6'5", and it's just the ultimate mismatch, and Galantuomo picks up the foul.
That's his first. No, it's a second.
So Fletcher right back to the free throw line for Central Dauphin. He'll shoot 2 again. First is good. Scoring in a variety of ways. They've posted him up on multiple occasions tonight, but he's also shown the ability to knock down the 3 and the pull-up jumper as well. Showing the complete package in the offensive game for the 6'4" junior Wayne Fletcher.
Bob, couple scores. The 4A girls semifinal. Wyomissing leads Northern Lebanon 37-29 with 4:49 left. And Exeter leads York Suburban 41-38 going into the fourth quarter.
10-point lead here for Central Dauphin with 1:52 remaining in the game. Mark Lakina back in the game now for Governor Mifflin. Garrett Etzel trying to get some 3-point shooters in there, trying to see if the Mustangs can get something free. Galantuomo 4-3, no. And rebounded by Starling.
And they got to be quick. And Andrew had no choice but to shoot that. He was open from behind the arc, just didn't go.
1:30 left to play for the Mustangs here in the semifinals. On the clear out, Fletcher drives into a traffic jam of Mustangs and off his foot and out of bounds.
Really, you can't fault the Mustangs' defense in the fourth quarter. They just haven't gotten any offense.
Galantuomo pushes up the floor. They kick it around for Kaler in front of the Mustang bench. He's trapped and fouled.
Fletcher.
His second, Rams' third.
This has got to be driving Fletcher's father crazy. With a 10-point lead, the Rams are fouling.
Now Governor Mifflin will call a timeout. Wayne Fletcher, New York City, the senior, the elder, is a New York City native who played his college basketball at Clarion, finished up his basketball career at Kutztown, and that's where the coaching bug bit him, and he ultimately comes here to Central Dauphin. Again, he's in his 7th season as the head coach. He's relatively a calm guy on the bench. You don't see a whole lot of emotion out of him, but then there isn't. There's those moments, and again, when Shakur Starling missed the dunk. He was off that bench in a hurry.
And he hasn't been off the bench much tonight.
With 1:19 left to go, his team has got himself a 10-point lead, and he's trying to get back to the district championship. Again, the Rams have won it twice, 1967 and 2005. So it's been a while for Central Dauphin to get district gold.
They've had a lot of success in other sports, but basketball, it's been a while since they've played in the district final. I don't know, when was their last district final, Bob?
That's a good question. That's been a while.
It's been a while.
They had some battles. I know in the Lonnie Walker era at Reading High, there were some battles with Central Dauphin, but none of them were as far as a district championship game. 1:19 to go. 47-37. CD on top. They've got the basketball.
Wow.
And Governor Mifflin had the basketball, but that quickly it's taken away. And now a foul as Fletcher's fouled by Fleming.
And he will be going to the line. They're in the bonus.
So Wayne Fletcher right back to the stripe to shoot two more. He's 3 for 4 here in the period. Again, we'll have high school basketball for you from Hershey on Thursday. Berks Catholic will take on Eastern York in the 4A boys final. That's a 4:15 will be our airtime on WEEU. And whether or not we will have games on Friday, we'll find that out before we get off the air tonight, as Fletcher makes both. 12-point Central Dauphin lead. 1:10 to go. Here's a three by the Mustangs that's short and rebounded by Jelani Easter. And with a minute to go, Central Dauphin has the ball back. Galen Tuomo runs into and runs over Richard Chase, and that will put him on the free throw line. The Mustangs are over the limit. Chase will shoot 2 for the Rams.
So, Bob, the Mustangs, it appears, will play in a seeding game Thursday against the loser of the Central York Chambersburg game, and it looks like it's going to be Chambersburg because Central York leads by 14 with 5 minutes to go. So that game would be at Chambersburg, and it would be for third place in District 3 Class 6A.
Chambersburg, the 4 seed. Governor Mifflin is the 10 seed, so that's why the game would be at Chambersburg. Again, the Mustangs will be headed to the PIAA playoffs. Here's Mayo back the other way, going from one end to the other for 2 for Governor Mifflin. 51-39 now is our score. And a turnover for the Mustangs as Kaler comes up with it, but he's fouled.
Again, just a little too late for the Mustangs. They just couldn't generate much offense, especially here in the fourth quarter when they had opportunities.
So Matt Kaler was the one player who was fouled, and he will shoot 2 for Governor Mifflin. Kaler at the free throw line for the first time tonight makes the first. 8 points now for Matt Kaler with another free throw coming his way, and that 2 is good. Makes it a 10-point game again, 51-41 with 46.7 to go. Mustangs still playing to the finish here in a full-court press, and now they'll foul Easter, and he'll put him on the line to shoot 2. Galen Tuomo commits his third foul. Again, based on the brackets for the PIAA playoffs, whether the Mustangs end up as the 3rd seed or the 4th seed in the PIAA playoffs, it would appear that the first-round playoff game for Governor Mifflin will be at the Governor Mifflin Athletic and Community Center. The GMAC is a whole lot easier to say. As Easter shoots 2 and makes the first. That puts him in double figures now with 10. The second is short, rebounded by Starling. Right back up, no. Rebounded by Mayo. 40 seconds to go. It's 52-41. Here's Fleming for 3 as well, short, rebounded by Easter. Unless the Mustangs foul, this thing should be over. Galen Tuomo will commit the foul. Galen Tuomo's 4th foul will put Fletcher back at the line. That's going to be the 5th on Galen Tuomo.
Wyomissing leads Northern Lebanon 37-33 with 1:20 to go. That's a 4A semifinal, trying to get to the Giant Center on Friday for the district championship game.
They would play, if that happens, they would play the winner of DeLone Catholic and Lancaster Catholic in that 4A championship game on Friday afternoon. Wayne Fletcher back at the free throw line for the Rams. Makes the first.
And Exeter has fallen behind New York Suburban 44-43, 152 to go in the game.
So nail biters in both cases, going down to the wire as Fletcher makes them both here to put CD up on top 54-41 with 25 seconds to go. Mayo pulls up, foul line jumper, no. Rebounded by Kaler, stripped away and taken away by Starling. Yet another takeaway by Central Dauphin, even to the final seconds, and the Mustangs will not bother to foul. Central Dauphin has the ball, and they will dribble out the clock, and Central Dauphin is headed to Hershey to play for the District 3 6A championship game as they win it by a final score 54-41. Central Dauphin wins it. We'll take a timeout, back with our Pizza Como Temple postgame show after this.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away, Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
Welcome to the Pizza Como Temple postgame show. Pizza Como is a family-owned business going strong on the Fifth Street Highway for over 50 years, serving the finest Italian dishes, Berks County's best variety of Italian sandwiches, and legendary pizza. Right next door is The Yard, a virtual golf experience to keep your game sharp all year round. And if you love sports cards and memorabilia, stop in to buy, sell, or trade. Pizza Como and The Yard, 4600 Fifth Street Highway in Temple. Governor Mifflin Mustangs reaching the District 3 6A semifinals. First time in program history they've gotten this deep into the postseason. And when you get this deep into the postseason, the weather gets tough. And the Central Dauphin Rams are a tough, battle-tested team coming out of the Mid-Penn Commonwealth. And they just had too much size and athleticism and a little bit too much Wayne Fletcher as well for the Mustangs.
I thought a little bit too much Wayne Fletcher and Jelani Easter.
Yeah.
I just think Mifflin just did not match up well with the Rams. And you've said it countless times. I've said it. When you get to the district tournament and the state tournament, it's all about matchups, and this was not a good matchup for the Governor Mifflin Mustangs.
Yeah, it's not so much the competition level again with the Mid-Penn Commonwealth, because obviously Berks County teams can do it. It's just sometimes you're going to match up with some teams better than you're going to match up with other teams. And the Mustangs playing in that man-to-man defense, and Ian Fleming is as good of a defender as there is out there, but he's 6 foot tall, and Fletcher's at 6'4", and they posted him up. And again, he is a Division I player, that is for sure, and he found different ways to score, whether it's inside, whether it's outside, whether the ball's in his hands or finding a way to get himself the ball in his hands. Wayne Fletcher is the real deal.
As you said, Ed DeChellis is going to be a lucky man, the coach at Navy, because he is some terrific ball player. Bob, what an exciting game down at York Suburban. Exeter leads 45-44, 12.9 seconds left. York Suburban basketball. We're getting updates from Athletic Director Tom Legath, Exeter Athletic Director Tom Legath. We really appreciate that, Tom. Rating, as we said, Wyomissing has won. Wyomissing has defeated Northern Lebanon 43-39 and will play in the District 4, third straight District 4.
That's correct.
District 3 4A championship game Friday, 4:30 at Giant Center.
So again, they'll play either DeLone Catholic or Lancaster Catholic. They played DeLone Catholic the last 2 years. Lancaster Catholic won the last couple of District 3 AAA championships. They're bumped up to 4A this year. So no matter what it is, there's going to be a lot of gold available for those teams, no matter who the Spartans are playing. But the Spartans are moving on to the District 3 4A championships on Friday. They will join Berks Catholic, who has already punched their ticket to the boys 4A on Thursday.
And we're waiting to see if the Exeter boys join them. They would play the game immediately after the Wyomissing at 6:15 at Giant Center in Hershey. So we're waiting. Again, Exeter leads 45-44 with 12.9 seconds to go. York Suburban basketball, I'm sure, after a timeout, coming out of a timeout.
So we will take a timeout. We come back. We'll have our Reading Fighting Phil's player of the game. We'll have the American Diner play of the game. And by then, we should know whether or not Exeter is going to win the game or not. We'll have all of that when our Pizza Como of Temple postgame show continues after this.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Doors. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com. Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
Tonight's player of the game is brought to you by the Reading Fighting Phils and their all-new Redders Event Center at First Energy Stadium. The Art Phils remind you to have your next sports team banquet in the Art Phils all-new Redders Event Center banquet and meeting facility at First Energy Stadium. Whether it's a sports banquet, a wedding, a corporate meeting, or event, or any charity fundraiser, the #1 place for events in Berks County for groups of 40 to 1,000 is the all-new Redders Event Center at the Art Phils. Go to artphils.com/events for more information. It's a pretty easy pick tonight. Wayne Fletcher, the Navy recruit who's scored over 1,262 points in his career, comes up with 24 points to lead the way for the Central Dauphin Rams tonight. So that puts him now well over 1,280, and no doubt will well be over 1,300 by the time his career is over with, because the Central Dauphin Rams will play for the district final on Friday night, and obviously they will go on to the PIAA playoffs as well. But Wayne Fletcher did a little bit of everything tonight, scored from beyond the arc. He got to the rim, he got the lobs inside, and he also scored at the free throw line as well to help put this game on ice. 24 points, and Wayne Fletcher is your player of the game. The play of the game is brought to you by the American Diner in West Reading. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a late-night snack, you'll find a variety of menu items and homemade desserts. American Diner serves breakfast all day, and dinner entrees include dinner rolls and butter, soup and salad bar, and a choice of potato or vegetable. There's a full senior citizen menu that includes a free dessert, and military veterans receive a 10% discount. Open daily from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and serving the community for generations since 1994. It was a 4-point game at halftime. The Rams opened it up early in the third quarter, but the Mustangs pushed back, got it back to 4. And there was a wild flurry of offensive rebounds that ultimately ended up in the hands of sophomore Shakur Sterling. And he put it back at home and put the Rams back up by 6. That lead quickly grew to 12 at 35-23. But it was the work on the offensive board that was a big difference maker for Central Dauphin. Even when the offense didn't click, the Rams were able to add to the cause with what they did offensively. In addition to Fletcher's 24, 10 points as well for Starling tonight, 10 points as well for Jelani Easter, 6 for Richard Chase, and 4 for Khalil Roberts, and the Ram total of 54. For Governor Mifflin, they got 3 threes from Andrew Gallen-Tuomo tonight, and the senior guard finished with 13, 9 each for Stephen Mayo and Matt Kaler, 6 for Jameer Johnson, and 4 for Ian Fleming, and the Mustang total of 41. 54-41, Central Dauphin is your winner. And do we have a winner in York Suburban?
We do not, because York Suburban tied it. It's going to overtime, 46-46. As Tom Legath's text to me, we had them. You could feel his pain. So they're going to overtime just outside York in the 5A boys semifinal. But we will have a game Thursday and a game Friday right here on WEEU.
That is correct. Thursday afternoon, 4:15 is our start time as the Berks Catholic Saints take on the Eastern York Golden Knights. That is in the boys 3A championship game. And then the girls, 4A championship game. The girls 4A championship game will take place on Friday night. That will be Wyomissing against either Lancaster Catholic or DeLone Catholic. And will the Exeter Eagles join them? Well, we'll find that out eventually as it's going to overtime.
I got one more score. In a 6A boys seeding game, Wilson defeated York 67-51. So the Bulldogs will play for 5th place Thursday night, and I'm not sure who that's against, Bob.
That would be against the winner of Mechanicsburg and Cumberland
Yeah, and
Valley.
I haven't seen that.
Right.
But Wilson will probably be home, I think. Or no,
if
not
it's Cumberland
necessarily.
Valley, it'll be at
That's
Cumberland
right.
Valley.
That's
No,
right.
they will be on the road. It's Mechanicsburg and Cumberland
Nah, they're
Valley.
both seeded high, that's
Mechanicsburg
right.
is the 2 seed, and Cumberland Valley is the 3 seed. So regardless of that, Wilson will be on the road figuring out whether they'll be 4th or 5th.
And just a side note, Wilson won, so you know what that means.
Yes.
Luke Levan had 20 points. They're 11
The automatic.
They're 11-0 when he scores in double figures. Just wanted to throw that back out. And Maddox Gruber had 17.
And that's a career high, I believe.
I believe
of
it
20
is,
for
yeah.
Luke Levan. So congratulations to Wilson again. They'll play, for either 5th or 6th place in the playback game on Thursday night. So that will do it for our coverage here. We'll keep you up to date on our 8:30 scores Twitter handle and whether or not what the final score is on that Exeter final as the night unfolds. We'll have the full rundown of everything and where we're going to be going as well for our basketball playoff action tomorrow morning on Mornings with Mike at 7:25 in our local and Scholastic
One
Sports
more
Report.
score. The other 6A boys semifinal. Central York 70, Chambersburg 59. So Central York will play Central Dauphin for the 6A championship Friday night at 8 o'clock at Hershey. Governor Mifflin will play at Chambersburg Thursday for 3rd place, for the 3rd seed out of District 3 for the state tournament.
So you're up to date from where we are in the scores. The Mustangs are 18-9. And again, as Rich said, we'll play in that consolation game and then move on to the PIAA playoffs next Saturday. Central Dauphin will play for the district championship. The Rams are 20-4. Thanks to Chris Hunter, the athletic director here at Central Dauphin High School. Sean Tansky has been our technical director. For Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. Thanks to Matt Knob and Jeff Nolan as well. Back in the WEU studios for keeping the show on the road and keeping us up to date with the scores as well. That will do it for tonight. Central Dauphin is your winner. They beat the Governor Mifflin Mustangs 54-41. We'll talk to you with more high school basketball Thursday from Hershey here on WEU in Reading.
You've been listening to High School Basketball on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. High School Basketball on WEEU is brought to you by
Adelphia Seafood, American Diner, Bachman's Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling, Chick-fil-A, Cross Keys Insurance, Diefenbach Snacks, Elite Fuel Service, Houndstown Reading, Judd Firestone Plumbing, Kuhn Funeral Home, Overhead Door Company, Redner's Warehouse Markets, Remax Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis, Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, Pizza Como, Reading Fightin' Phil's, Savage Auto Group, Sure Stay Best Western Hotel in Reading, UECU, and Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society.
Listen all season long for comprehensive coverage and live play-by-play on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. The voice